What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation for another week of news, nerds, and no one else here except me. But I have a special guest in studio with me this week. Because, you know, the girls, they got, you know, like brother's birthday and Cora. I think Cora was just wasted or something. But I have Jay from the Kirbside podcast over here joining us. Jay and I have like met in passing a couple of times.
Yeah, two or three times.
We met at we had our guests from FateCon last week.
Met at FateCon.
We met at ReaperCon. So
no, it was FanFest.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yep. So FateCon and FanFest.
So the F-Cons.
And we've been trying to get this together for a while.
And this was a perfect opportunity because normally I am outnumbered on the show. I got actually Ben over here working sound as well. So, you know, for once, I can actually have a show where it's going to be kept on the rails. I say that now. Hey, I say that.
You say that now.
But
I can take this off the rails if we want.
I mean, it'll probably end up that way anyway. But Jay, you are from the Kirbside Network. Tell me a little bit about Kirbside Network, sir.
Alrighty. So thank you for having me on the show, first of all. I greatly appreciate it. But like you said, I'm Jay Kirby from the Kirbside podcast, Kirbside Network as well. So I started Kirbside podcast actually during COVID as a way to just like pass the time. I had a pretty, as we've talked about offline, I'm also an independent professional wrestler. So I had a decent following from a...
You came bearing gifts, y'all.
Yes, I did.
A power coin.
Custom power coin.
That can fit in my Legacy Morphers. Anyway, sorry.
No, you're
good.
I
like people that bring gifts over.
But I had a decent following as a wrestler, and I did an appearance on a buddy's podcast. And I was like, it'd be really cool if I could use my following to like bring up other people that are trying to get like their side projects seen. And that's where the original idea started. And then as the world shut down and I was recovering from a knee injury, so I went from 30 days not being able to go anywhere or do anything to a year of not being able to go anywhere or do anything.
It was a good time to be laid up.
Right. We started Kirbside. We started doing interviews, and then we started our second show, Dice Hard with a Vengeance, which is our D&D stream. We are 5 years in, which is crazy. But we've recently rebranded from Kirbside Podcast and Dice Hard to the Kirbside Network. And so all-encompassing, right. Very much. If you can see our wonderful logo from
it's a very colorful jersey.
This beautiful really custom jersey. I literally bought this because I was going to a con and I wanted to like rep the show, and it got there the day we left.
You get a coat of arms walking around the con.
Basically. Thank you. But yeah, no, this showed up. We left. We were going to San Antonio for More Phenomenal. And we were leaving Friday night. We were going to be down there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This showed up Friday afternoon. And I was like, I was so anxious. I was like, it's not going to make it here in time. I'm not going to be able to wear it. And it showed up right in time. But no, we rebranded to the network so that we can use what we have as far as connections, as far as meeting people at cons, to help boost other people. One of my friends, she's a Twitch streamer, so we were trying to get more eyes on her show. We've got, now we're up to technically 3 D&D shows, working on a 4th. So we have Dice Hard with a Vengeance, which is our main D&D campaign, DM'd by my excellent brother, Tim. We had a Renegade Rangers game, which is based off the Renegade Studios Power Ranger tabletop. So we all got to play as different Power Rangers.
Okay.
I can see that I am in you know some I am in I'm on some home turf here when it comes to Rangers. I can see all the Megazords. I can see all the Rangers everywhere.
I did get the Mezco ones recently. They're very nice.
Beautiful. So I'm feeling the love here. But we did the Renegade Rangers, and then recently, and I mean like 3 weeks ago, we launched a Lord of the Rings game, which my brother Tim is obsessed with Tolkien.
Oh boy.
So he is just
Living
diving.
the dream right now.
Oh, he is diving head deep into DMing his own Tolkien story. And so like I said, that's brand new. We are actually streaming tomorrow night on our Twitch and our YouTube and all our social media.
Okay.
So definitely send you the link for that after this. But we are.
Well, you saw a sub from me earlier. I'm pretty
yes,
sure.
Yes, I did. I got the notification for that.
It's been a week. I've been trying to get things done. So.
Bro, this entire month has been a long year.
True that.
But we've got more that we're trying to do, and we're trying to bring more people in. We are planning another D&D show for later this summer after Lord of the Rings wraps. I'm keeping that a little low-key until we have more details. But it is going to basically be a Spelljammer. It's going to be D&D in space. So it's going to be, we're going to go from Tolkien fantasy straight into a sci-fi.
I mean, get it where you can get it. You know?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, it's D&D is something I've been trying to get into like my whole life and didn't get into it until my 30s. Well after like...
Oh, yeah.
The other nerds in school just didn't. I was a football player. They didn't trust me. They were like,
same.
I buy action figures. I buy comic books. Please just let me be friends with you.
I mean,
now I'm just a psychopath running around chasing himself.
I was on the football team and the drama club, so you're seen and you're valid.
There you go.
But we are launching the second D&D show, and then we are also we are working on a wrestling show side to everything. Not a lot of details in that right now.
Okay.
But we're working on some building blocks for it, and that's probably going to be dropping later this summer.
I mean, wrestling is hot right now.
Yes, it is.
It is feeling like the 90s again.
Oh, very much so.
So, yeah, we've got people can work anywhere. Anyway, yeah, wrestling, go for it, man. I'm all for it. We have talked a lot about wrestling before we went on the air.
Yes.
Because we're both fans. He's actually a little bit more involved with it. He gets in the damn ring. I mean, I did it one time, and that was enough. MPX guys slammed me around and stuff. But, dude, you are a hard-working individual.
Yeah, thank you. I try very hard.
See, the Fates
I probably tried too hard.
The Fates came on last week. Now you're here. I just feel like I'm not doing enough. Y'all put 150% into everything y'all do, and it's like it's good because like I said, the Fates work hard at what they do. Y'all inspire me to do more. Right now, I'm playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Shadows, and that's really taken up a lot. It's really important.
Listen, I try to get. Right now. My game of choice is Ghost of Tsushima.
I mean, it's a masterpiece.
It's so good. It's so good.
I played that game 100% all the way through every trophy.
I did all the side missions before I even finished Act 1. So my health bar looked like that when I was going into the first boss fight.
It's a masterpiece of a game.
But no, I try very hard. I've gotten some really cool interviews that I never thought I'd get the chance to do. I've gotten to interview. We counted after More Phenomenal.
I did watch her, Deborah Stella.
Thank you. She is wonderful. She's
really
one of the nicest people. But on our Instagram, we have everything for More Phenomenal. So we are up to, I think we did the math. We're up to 9 Power Rangers. Thank you. Which is crazy because I didn't think I'd get one. And here we are at 8 Rangers and what was it? We did 7. We've done 7 Rangers, 1 voice actor who voiced a Ranger, Brad Hawkins, who is the voice actor for Goblin Slayer.
Owns a sushi restaurant up here in Frisco.
Yes, yes. He was the voice of the Gold Ranger before Jason took over.
Right.
So got an interview with him as well. And then we've interviewed Cam Cooley, who has voiced who knows how many villains. Like, I've lost count of how many characters in Power Rangers he's voiced.
They kept pulling him in. But I mean,
good for him,
he's
though.
talented, though.
Man is awesome.
You wouldn't know that he was doing all those. Yeah, but I mean,
you're right. No, because I watched.
We were kids, so
I literally, before More Phenomenal, I binged every season that the Rangers at the con were going to be at. So I watched Lightspeed, SPD, Ninja Steel, and Space all in like 2 months. And it's really funny because Campbell shows up as a monster in SPD, and unless you knew it was him, you wouldn't know it's the same voice as Cosmo from Ninja Steel. And then you meet Campbell and it's like, oh, that's definitely him.
Sound like
Yeah. And then we got to interview, I will butcher his last name, so I'm just going to call him by his first name, Greg, who was the executive producer for SPD. We also got to speak with him at More Phenomenal. So we are just collecting Power Ranger interviews like they're in the Infinity Stones.
SPD is like low-key one of the best series.
It really is.
Because they took SPD and took it to Japan and dubbed it over with the Deca Ranger actors.
Yes.
Like, SPD really like hit
It's
all.
so
and
good.
one of my favorites, of course. You know, I got
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
Love the
see the
Zords.
Delta Runner up there.
first one to
Beautiful.
kind of have the CGI stuff and everything.
Yeah.
But, dude, keep collecting Power Rangers because, you know.
I'm trying very hard. What's funny is without hijacking your entire show, I'll tell.
Why do you think I brought you on here?
I'll tell you a really funny / anxiety-inducing story. Austin St. John is my childhood hero. Like, Jason is. I didn't have a teddy bear growing up. I had a Red Ranger plushie. So the fact that I've gotten to interview him and meet him multiple times is A, mind-blowing, but B, hilarious, because when I interviewed him the first time, I wasn't ready. I went, he was a guest at, I gotta make sure I don't get them backwards, Texoma Comic-Con 2 years ago. And the Chris and Kim who run Texoma, they also run Cowtown Comic-Con. They brought me in to do media, which really caught me off guard because they got me an interview with Bruce Elliott, who is Whitebeard from One Piece. He is Commander Pixis from Attack on Titan. He is Makarov from Fairy Tail. So basically, any character that has is an old man and a white mustache, Bruce Elliott voices him. I'm not kidding. But they got me the interview with him. So when I ran into Crystal the next time, I was like, hey, thanks for helping. That was, that means the world. And he goes, well, why don't you come to Texoma and do some media for us? And I was like, sure. And the next thing I know, I'm at Texoma doing interviews with, Austin St. John, Marcus Muldoon, who voiced Brick from Borderlands, which is only one of my favorite franchises of all time. Right? Borderlands 2 is top 5 games, and it ain't number 5.
I mean, yeah, Borderlands.
So
it's my favorite. So.
It really is so good. It's the reason I'm into D&D. Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep.
Tiny Tina's Assault. That's what got you into D&D.
Was my introduction to Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, it was a great. I love Ashley Birch.
Yes.
Ashley Birch doing Tiny Tina and
yes.
God, it was.
But
that was a good campaign.
Yeah, my buddy and I played the DLC, and he's like, "If you like this, you need to play D&D." And I was like, "I love this, and if D&D is anything like this, I'm gonna play more." And here I am, who knows how many years later, just playing all the D&D.
I mean, it's a pastime that I wish I could get some more of. I'm hoping that once things kind of balance out, we get back to our D&D sessions. But I mean, it's beloved. Like you said, you were in drama.
Yeah,
it's kind of tailor made for us. Honestly,
there's so many, and I DM a game offline for my friends. So and what's funny is half of them are theater kids. And it was like, didn't play in any of this, but here we are. But my interview with Austin, a buddy of mine, my business partner actually, Cecil, he owns Peach City Inc. Shout out to them. Shameless self-plug.
It's me.
Here, I've got their latest, their latest shirt is a Forever Red. design.
It's actually pretty good.
So I wanted to rock that
This
tonight
man
for
brought
them.
double logos.
Damn
on
right
the
I
show
did.
this week. I admire that.
Well, technically triple.
Oh, tricked us. Free advertising.
Listen, I was raised on wrestling. I'm not above shameless self-promotion.
I mean, get in where you can.
DX taught me how to
We're all
market.
trying to make it here. So,
D-Generation X taught me how to market. So,
but the Austin St. John.
yes, but Cecil is business partners with him. He's made like 3 or 4 T-shirt designs for him to sell at cons. So I had met Cecil beforehand, and I was like, "Hey, I'm doing media. Would you introduce me to Austin for the interview?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely." And then as like we're having this discussion, because I literally, before I went to talk to Cecil, like hyped myself up to do it. I was like, "Okay, we're ready. Let's go do this." I was like, "Cecil, I'm ready. Let's go." As he's doing that, Austin walks by. And he's like, "Austin, hey," and like snatches him, and he's like, "Hey, this is my buddy Jay. He's with the con. He'd like to do an interview." He's like, "Sure, let's do it." And I was like, "Oh, this is happening. Oh, this is right now." So the interview, it went good. It was a couple minutes, but like on the outside, I'm very professional. I'm asking him questions that I've always wanted to ask. But on the inside, I am freaking out. Like, oh yeah, it's like the SpongeBob scene where he throws out the name. It's just like, what's the next question? We throw out his name. And somehow, some way, the interview went well.
It's like we got to be professionals, but these people we grew up watching, they're our heroes.
Yeah, it's not my childhood hero or anything. He didn't say it means a lot for the interview or anything like that. So my heart, I didn't almost faint right then and there.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the camera cuts and he thanks me, shook my hand and walked off, I was just like,
The adrenaline goes down.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be sick, like right then and there. I went up to Cecil and I was like, "All right, how many firstborns do I owe you?"
Okay, there we go. Sorry. I was checking to make sure.
No worries. You're good.
Cool, man. So I'm going to be watching when y'all doing some D&D tomorrow.
Yes.
So
I
as I play more
appreciate the support
AC
and love.
Shadows, and we definitely need to get together, roll some dice, play some D&D.
Oh, absolutely.
Get some one-shots in or something. You're always welcome at our table. We're
thank you.
finishing up our long campaign, so we're going to be like in kind of that flux between campaigns, and we want to do as many one-shots, get all of our friends over, and play some games with them.
Always down to play more D&D.
We're going to get you a spot at the table, then.
Oh, thank you. And then I'll definitely talk to you offline about maybe in the future.
Oh, we're going to definitely talk some Ranger stories.
Getting you guys on for maybe one of our games.
Absolutely.
We're always looking to expand.
We've been like messenger talking like
Yeah.
all this time. So. We've been getting quickly acquainted with things. But man, I'm glad you came over, and definitely everybody check out Kirbside Network. All the links are going to be in the description on this video. So man, appreciate that. Let's just keep doing it until we all make it,
Yeah.
Until we're guests at somebody else's con,
I very much I've tried my hardest to keep the same energy that another show that I am part of. It is not my show. I will never take credit for their success, but it's called Head Nerds in Charge. That's right, HNIC. They brought the whitest dude they could find. But they're an amazing nerd podcast out of Philly, and they very much keep the same energy of if one of us eat, we all eat.
Exactly.
If one of us succeeds, we all can succeed. And I try to do that very same energy with Kirbside. HNIC is very much something that I look as a maybe standard, maybe a goalpost, as something that like I aspire to get my show to. Because they have a huge following. So I'm like, if I can get as big as them, and then hopefully I can help them get even bigger in the process.
It's a very unique name. I thought, what brothers has he been hanging out with?
A lot of them. I don't know how.
I'm joking.
I don't know how, but somehow I've gotten my way onto this.
Oh, you've
show.
been to the cookout. Okay. No,
I've been invited, and I was told plates and liquor.
there you go.
I know my job.
Well, being that you are a special guest on the show, and I get to have the luxury of actually talking some wrestling with a fellow wrestling fan. which I'm digging this. It's rare I get to do this on the show. Let's talk about last weekend, WrestleMania 41. So,
oh my goodness. Yes.
First off, we are coming off of we talked about this earlier. We're coming off WrestleMania 40. Probably one of the best shows that we ever had. So
easily a top 5
the
Mania
bar
for me.
is set.
Yeah.
Overall, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Was it at the level?
Okay, so I don't think 41 was up there with 40.
No.
40 was just 40 had 2 bad matches. Even one of them, even the weaker match wasn't a bad match.
2 bad matches.
So Jimmy and Jay, which hurts because
okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Because I loves me some Jey Uso. But Jimmy and Jay was pretty weak, and then
they got a lot of flack for that one. Yeah.
And then the Philadelphia street fight, Lashley and the Street Profits versus Final Testament, which wasn't a bad match, but like
it was overshadowed.
It was like no build. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Cross and the authors of pain that they just can't get any momentum. But like, if you only have 2 bad matches on an entire show, that's pretty damn good.
All right.
So 40 is up there for me for one of the best Manias. 41, like we said, I kind of said this before the stream. I look at 41 the same way I look at WrestleMania 18. 18 doesn't have bad matches on it, just not a lot of them are great. Not a lot of them are the classic, iconic ones. You do have Rock Hogan, which, for this one, I'd probably compare it to the triple threat match from night 1. It'd be my... If not that, then the ladies triple threat on night 2.
You know what? We're going to get into that one.
Oh, yeah. But, like, that was the big match for 18. But, like, Stone Cold versus Scott Hall wasn't a bad match. It wasn't great. It was not neither one of their best match, but it wasn't a bad match.
No.
And so, just like, WrestleMania, like, there was, we already talked, we both hate this man, but Logan Paul versus AJ, it's not a bad match, but it's not a great match. I
just don't want to watch it.
Trust me, I hate Logan Paul as much, if not more than everyone else.
And if anybody has people come over here, but anyway.
Yeah.
Let's start at the top.
Yeah. Start with
Jey Uso, Gunther. I mean, people complained about the build up to this match, but honestly, once we got towards the end, I was sold.
Oh,
I wanted to watch this match.
I was sold as soon as my boy won the Royal Rumble. I was like, he's going to challenge Gunther.
I'm talking about the general public. I wanted to see. I'm Yeet Train all the way.
Oh yeah, same.
Also watching Gunther wrestle, who just like decimated. I knew it was going to be a conflict of styles, and I like that. But overall, I like the match. I like the build. I love when Jay got that moment, and for the people that were just not in the camp, like, I'm sorry, guys, this is good wrestling. Here. They told the story.
That I loved that match. It was so good. Gunther's such a great wrestler.
He really is. He elevates people.
He really does, and he elevates titles, because the IC belt. Let's be honest. I love the IC belt. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite belt of all time. But like, it was not relevant when he won it. 600 days later, however, now we've got Braun Breaker chasing it. You got the newest guy in the company who's fire right now, Penta, chasing after it. Like, you've got people just
it's nice to
scratching and clawing for this belt.
It is chaseable again, but I mean, he put the big gold belt on, and
it went. And this is no disrespect to either of my boys, but I don't know if Drew and Priest really brought it up from because Seth dragged this poor belt out of the muck. They're like, oh, by the way, this belt also exists, and Seth's like, fine. I'm going to make this belt mean something.
He did.
And he did. So, and Drew and the Punk feud was perfect for it. Priest, he tried with what little time he had to make it mean something.
And I will go on record. Priest deserved that run.
Oh yeah,
he has,
listen, El Campeon, all
Yeah.
rise.
he has done some great work. He deserved a title run. And I wouldn't mind
Absolutely.
seeing him get another one eventually.
I
but
wouldn't either. But then Gunther takes it, and you're like, all right, whoever's gonna take it from this guy, that's the next man. That's the next guy that they're gonna make.
Gunther, he mauls opponents. It's like watching a grizzly bear mess somebody up, and it just looks brutal. And that's where, I mean, like even when he was Walter, that was his style. I love seeing his style. I've been watching him since he was wrestling on Defy Wrestling, or with What Culture Wrestling.
Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to What Culture Wrestling. Don't let me get ahead of myself.
Yeah. But overall,
Because someone else from What Culture Wrestling showed up, and I'm not going to jump the gun. We'll get there.
But overall, Jay and Gunther, I think
it was a great match.
Our ending of that story was good.
I loved it. I loved he got his moment with Jimmy. So Jay is, to steal a phrase, he's a made man. He's main event Jay Uso now.
He deserved it. I'm
absolutely
glad to
deserve it. I love it.
All right, New Day War Raiders. We got them on the card. New Day needed this win.
New Day needed the win.
They needed to run with the belts for some legitimacy.
War Raiders is one of my favorite tag teams.
They are awesome. Once again, that mauling style.
I got to see, throwback here, I got to see War Machine's last independent match before they got signed at Ring of Honor.
Marvel was going to have a problem with them keeping that name.
Yeah, just a little poquito.
What y'all call yourselves? No, War Raiders.
War Raiders. But I love the War Raiders. Like, I've been studying War Raiders to get back into tag team wrestling again. So like, love those guys, and I'm glad that they got to be on the card and they got a match with New Day, who are arguably one of the best teams WWE's ever made. Now, would I have liked to seen them go 10 minutes longer and, cook for a little bit because we know that they can? Yes, I would. But it's not a bad match.
It's
not a great match.
By no means is it a bad match. I enjoyed it. I kind of knew that they were going to be taking the straps, and and they're doing a lot to elevate those titles right now as well. Because they're going to be chased as heels.
Yep.
It was a good move to do. I think War Raiders had a great run with it, but we need somebody chasing after them. And New Day are the ones to do it. I just kind of wish that Big E had come in and turned heel. Like, to help them win.
No, I'm still mad. Now,
also, did you see the unicorn on the back of their jackets?
Yes.
With the third head?
Yeah.
Like, that's foul. That is foul. That is some foul ass heel heat.
Oh my goodness.
And I appreciated it, but that's foul.
Oh yeah. But I thought it was a good match. I thought they did what they could with the time they had.
Yeah. It was all right. Jade Cargill, Naomi.
This match, okay. I'm gonna say this. I hated Jade when she was in AEW.
Really?
I couldn't stand her. Just anytime she was on the screen, I was like, please just fast forward. Ever since she came to WWE, just something has clicked. Now, granted, when you learn from one of the best to ever do it, aka HBK, you better be good at this. But Jade has shown, as one of the most documented Jade haters, she has shown so much improvement.
Really has.
She is a star.
I did not like her at first. And then I think I saw like some social media posts. And then I saw some interviews. And I was like, she's actually very sweet.
Oh, she's awesome.
And I was kind of like, the personality kind of drew me in. I will not deny that she works hard.
Oh, yeah. No, God.
I could
probably
falter.
never do her workouts. Like, I'm tired just thinking about it. But I think one of her biggest flaws outside of being super green when she was in AEW is they couldn't decide if they wanted her to be heel or face. Like, they pushed her as this big unstoppable heel, but then she's doing interviews of like how much comic books and how much of a role model she wants to be to her daughter, which is very admirable. And I'm not saying that's bad, but you can't be the top heel.
Stop making me like her.
Yeah, you can't be the top heel and then go, you can't kick someone's puppy and then go, yes, but I want to be a good role model to the children. You got to pick one. When she, like I said, Jade Hader, when she showed up in last year's Rumble and annihilated Nia, I popped. I jumped off the couch. I was like, yes! So, leaps and bounds from where we were.
I think if you put anyone in a match with Naomi, too.
If anyone was going to get a good match out of Jade, it was going to be Naomi.
And it was a good contrast of styles, and it helped showcase her.
Oh, yeah.
As she should be showcased.
Absolutely.
As kind of unstoppable. She's jacked. She's strong as hell. She needs to be overpowering people. And that's why I really like you said, with the Nia Jax stuff that she was doing. Like, please make that her next feud. Let's bring Nia back. Let's have them go at it.
Yeah.
Because if anybody could probably keep up with, like, the strength factor of Nia, it's her.
Yeah.
Big, meaty women slapping me. But yeah, Jade needed to win. I'm glad we didn't get any shenanigans from, like, Bianca. I was wondering about that. But
no, when she showed up at the chamber, I knew it was going to be Naomi.
Ooh.
Because both Naomi and Bianca came out in the all white gear, and Jade came out in the all black, and I was like, she about to whoop Naomi, and then just mugs her. And props to Bianca winning the Oscar for that performance, just screaming, pounding on the chamber. So good on all three of them to make this story.
They made us get vested in that match. They did it, and I want to say it was a good outing for Jade Cargill.
It was really good
for WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
I'm at the point now I want to see her successful, and she can only get better. Also, a lady that doesn't need to do this. She's doing this for the love of the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
She has enough money. Her and her husband have enough money. She is doing this because she loves wrestling, and I appreciate that.
Same, very much.
Okay, Jacob Fatu, LA Knight.
All gas, no brakes.
None, no brakes. That was Jacob Fatu.
That's a bad dude right there.
I don't know. I mean, it's good they put a strap on him now, because when we put he's going to be a world champ.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's not a matter of if, only when.
This man does amazing things in the ring. They put LA Knight, he had wrestled the 2 matches on SmackDown the night before. They positioned him in the to lose that match. But do you really need to with Jacob Fatu? He's such a freaking... This man moves about the ring like
a cruiser.
And a cruiser with extra 200 pounds on his frame.
I'm
glad to hear him cutting promos now.
I can't say enough good things about Jacob Fatu. I love Jacob Fatu.
The spot with the blunt force trauma.
The BFT out of the moonsault?
I mean, everybody's like, was it perfect? First off, shut up.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Hey, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
I sat in this chair, stood up, and went, oh! It took me a second to realize that's what happened.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
That's 2 of the best workers in WWE, and we put them on a match at WrestleMania. Yeah. And the crowd was hot for that match. Because, like you said, no gas, no brakes. They were going at it the whole time.
Yeah.
Where was the breathing room in that match?
The next match. I still love one of my favorite LA Knight moments is against Jacob. It's Jacob's fighting off security in the backstage. And he's just yelling, and they're trying to get him out the building. LA Knight just punches him in the face, throws him out the back door, and he goes, he didn't use his inside voice, so I threw his ass outside. And I was like, all right, these 2 need to work each other immediately.
I mean, 2 guys that are doing great
God,
things.
It was so good.
We put 2 guys together that are doing great things. And this is not the end of LA. What they did was they elevated each other. That was a good match. Yeah. I have no complaints about that.
Not a single one. I want to see him run it back.
Oh yeah. It would be a crime if they didn't. So no real losers in that match at all. Not even we got a great match and they put on a so.
Oh yeah.
But it was good they put the belt on Jacob Fatu. For a guy that's not been there a long time, man, he has made an impact.
Yeah. What's that say about how good he is
He
how
is.
good he gonna be?
He can only go up from here. Also a true fan of the business.
Oh yeah.
El Grande Americano versus Ray Phoenix. This man is named after a coffee. Like this character is only for heat. He needed to win. He needed to win. I hate that. I mean, first off,
I hate that we had to do it to Phoenix.
Ray was going to lose that match. Ray has got the shine. Him
Yeah.
losing to Chad Gable, not verified, please don't sue me, but would have still elevated that. I just hate that Ray Phoenix had to take the fall in that, considering he's just
got there.
He's doing great stuff. I know he probably didn't. He would not have had a problem doing that. He's a
Definitely
man.
not. He's definitely a,
But unfortunately, Ray was injured.
What's that say though? That the company is like, hey, you've been here a whole 2 weeks.
Right.
We need you to fill in for Rey Mysterio
on
at
the
Mania.
grandest stage of them all.
You got this, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
what's that say about the trust the company has for this man?
Yeah,
It says a lot.
I would rather have him on the card than not. So
Yeah.
good call. Great match. He went over the way he should have with shenanigans. We need to hate this character.
I love, because I've watched within the past couple of years, I've watched a lot of like old WCW, like Starrcade 85, 86.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved the loaded mask gimmick. What was the Masked Assassin?
It makes no sense to do, but I mean, I'm here for it.
I love that gimmick. It's dumb. Of course it shouldn't work, but like I love the fact that that's how they're doing it. And when we get that payoff of the mask eventually getting pulled off,
keep going.
It's got legs. But like we'll say SummerSlam, he gets a match against somebody.
Okay.
Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, somewhere in the summertime. Like, give it a couple more months, give it like one more pay-per-view, then you can do the mask reveal.
I mean, we just talked about running it back. I would love to see Phoenix get another chance to shine.
Oh, yeah.
And be the guy that pulls the mask off of him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how long Ray is going to be out with, how long Mysterio is going to be out with his injury. Tragic that happened on the night before.
Right, the night before.
But it looked like he was moving okay when they were doing the announcement. Also, well, now that we're done with that, before we get to the main event, or not the main event just yet, WWE acquiring AAA. What?
Okay.
What?
Like a few years ago, that would have been the harbinger of doom.
This would have never happened.
You're right. But this would have been like, okay, so AAA's dead and everything that ever exists. Now I'm like, okay, let's see what WWE can do with this.
But AAA wasn't lacking at all. So I don't understand. I guess they just had the money to roll with it.
They are
it's weird.
They're out here doing business, which is
that Nick Khan did say it. We are open for business.
They are.
But y'all acquired AAA? That is WWE in Mexico.
Think about it though. Over the past 2 years, we've had a TNA working relationship.
Mm-hmm.
AAA. We've had WWE wrestlers under WWE contract win titles at Noah in Japan, and champions from New Japan show up on Monday Night Raw.
This is crazy.
It is
true. I mean, it's a new era. No, it's a friggin' new era.
It feels like the 90s when anyone can show up anywhere.
I did not have on my bingo card them acquiring
Buying AAA? No, hell no.
How the hell? But okay. And I don't know if it was it seemed rather sudden, but I mean, why not announce it at WrestleMania?
I mean, you've got all eyes on you. Why not?
We had Vikingo in the audience, by the way, for that.
Yes.
Which, if y'all haven't seen Vikingo, get ready.
That man's on another level.
I don't know what. Clearly, gravity is not at his level. That man just twists and turns in the air like nothing.
Yep.
Newton goes like, let me check my laws again on this.
Wait, he's not allowed to do that.
Wait, hold on. I proved this a couple years ago. So that's wild news. I can't wait to see what they do with it, because apparently it's been, I mean, the TNA relationship has been very good for TNA.
It's been very good for TNA. It's been very good for WWE.
Who's going to show up in AAA at Triple Mania?
I can tell you who's not going to show up at AAA. Someone who got released this week.
Oh, wait, who got released this week?
Alberto El Patron.
Oh, he got released from AAA.
He got released from AAA only a few days after WWE bought it. Weird how that works. Weird, huh?
Strangely coincidental.
Strange.
Everything's good, but that guy over there, he got to go. So, yeah, that's wild news. I can't wait to see what they do with it. More luchador wrestling. Love luchador wrestling.
Here for the lucha.
All right, so back to the card. We had Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I did not like this match.
I'm going to be real honest with you. I have to rewatch it because
really? You're going to give it another shot, huh?
Well, because I didn't pay any attention to it the first time. Because I was so worried
didn't have it.
about getting invested in a match that Charlotte was going to win low. And I wasn't going to waste 20 minutes of my life going, Tiffy can do this, knowing she probably couldn't.
I was there. I thought for sure this was Charlotte's match.
And she somehow, I don't know what wrestling god looked down on us and said, no, Charlotte's had her time. Let Tiffy cook.
Let her get a longer. I think it really it had to be Tiffany because Charlotte, her comeback has not been what they wanted it to be.
Oh, God, no. Definitely not.
And I'm not sure about the promo, how much of that was shoot and work and everything. A lot of it seemed some liberties were taken and shots were fired back. Okay, that's fine. But overall, during the match, it kind of at the end of that, I was like, okay, so this was all. They got us. They got us.
Yeah, so I need to rewatch it. I need to give it a full watch of okay.
I'm gonna tell you
the psychology, the work, the fire up, the comeback, the whole nine. I have to rewatch it and give it an actual fair assessment of the in-ring work.
Off about this match for me.
There's something off about this entire rivalry.
It didn't do it for me because they were calling spots at one point, and I was just like, ugh. And I don't know what that was all about, but hey, they had the match. I think the right person went over.
I agree.
And I do want to see Tiffany get a longer run. She is very good at what she does.
Very, very good.
I think the two of them, had they put a little bit more into it, this would have been a really good match. But it wasn't quite there for me, especially considering the talent in the ring.
Right.
I felt as though it could have been better, and maybe we should just move on from this, the rivalry altogether.
Yeah.
That's just me. All right, main event time.
Ooh, boy.
Okay, the main event, right off the bat, delivered. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, with Paul Heyman being the X factor in all of this.
My boy, my guy, my dog, the best in the world, CM Punk, is a main eventer at WrestleMania. I could not have been happier.
In living color, playing live.
Yep.
It is clobbering time. Roman Reigns coming out by himself was really sobering.
Yeah, that was weird.
It did not seem right.
He hasn't done that in...
But
I don't know how long.
I think the match, though, brutal. Brutal. They put it all out there. I love the new tables breaking.
Those new tables aren't supposed to break, by the way.
They did. Looking at the video, when he slammed, when Roman did that power bomb, parts broke. They broke. You saw them break.
Roman had the old tables. They just go and then they'd fall over. No, Roman put some oomph into that power bomb.
Came off
just to make sure that table broke. He's like, oh, it'll break. Don't worry. Punk already up. Wait, what? Coon.
Everything was on point for this match. The drama was there, but of course we got to the end. Where's Paul Sidon?
See, my guess was that Paul was going to slide Roman the chair, and on one side of the ring was going to be Seth, and on the other side of the ring was going to be Punk. And we were going to have the exact same moment that happened last year. And Roman had literally said the week before, I'd do it again. I'd hit Seth again, even if it cost me everything. And I was kind of wondering if that's what was going to happen. But nope. My good big brother Tim, he called this thing a month ago. He said it in passing. He goes, what if Paul joins Seth? And I was like, that'd be pretty wild. He goes, what if Seth becomes a Paul Heyman guy? And boy, when I already knew that Paul was gonna,
It was a bad night for men's testicles,
right? I knew he was gonna betray Punk. Like as soon as he handed him the chair, I was like,
I saw that one.
This is coming. But then like Roman pushes him out of the way. I was like, oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna happen. And then ping.
Gave him the old Shinsuke to the.
Yep.
I mean, you saw it coming, especially when he was like telling him, look, my try.
Yep.
Paul Heyman is great.
Paul Heyman is a gift to pro wrestling.
I think that was the last I mean, like, once it kind of like started to fall into place, I didn't see Seth winning this. I saw Seth losing, becoming a crybaby some more. Nope. We have big plans.
For me, it was very up in the air of who's going to win it.
That's one of the. That's how you do a match.
Oh yeah,
we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I could have seen any of these three win it.
Now we talked earlier. I used to be a Punk guy. I want to still be a Punk guy.
I am,
but I found myself in this match.
Diehard Punk guy.
I wanted Punk to win.
Yeah,
I felt I was being pulled back in, but
I had a little tear in my eye when he came with Cult Personality.
But overall, night one. Fine wrestling. Fine night of wrestling. I think it was the perfect Saturday night for wrestling. But then we start to get into Sunday. Hold up,
Wait
y'all.
a minute.
Triple threat match. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair. Those ladies put their foot in that match. Look, I know the build. We were like, Io was not in the match.
The third wheel.
But no, Io started off that match. I am here. Let me show you. That match did so much to elevate Io Sky,
absolutely.
who is just amazing.
Oh yeah, they're listen. All three of those ladies are stars, superstars.
Either one of them going, because all three are so talented. Bianca Belair is speed, strength.
Yeah. She's the EST. She's the fastest, the strongest, the prettiest.
That hair whip shit is never going to be cool with me. I know. Every time she does it, I was like, the first time I saw her do that in NXT, I was like, this shit is not okay.
I was at WrestleMania 34 when she was in the women's battle royal, and you heard it,
dude. That
echo. You heard it echo.
I will continue to say that shit is not okay. I think it just goes back to all the times I got an ass whooping as a kid from my grandmama.
Right.
When that belt would just like come out like Indiana Jones's whip and just take you out. But man, you talk about three of probably the best wrestlers in WWE right now. Went out there and
put their working boots on.
They showed out.
I'm not afraid to say it. This might be the match of the weekend.
And I tell you, no, that is not a shame to say. I knew that all three of them were good. I did not expect a match that good. The friggin' Alabama slammed
into the post.
Oh my God! Those ladies were hell for leather. They deserved every bit of praise on that. And I think the right person went over.
100% agree.
Io is just like, how do you I mean, you got to shine with two other great wrestlers in that ring, and she did.
Oh yeah,
just a fantastic performance. Io Sky all the way. She needed that. She needs to be elevated. I love watching her wrestle.
Agreed.
She's so just quick and precise.
Oh yeah,
but just a fantastic match. Brutal as well.
Those ladies killed it.
I can't say enough. Sin City Street Fight.
This actually is pretty entertaining.
I wasn't excited for it before.
I really loved the entrances.
Okay,
might have been my. Not to say that the match was bad,
but
I think the entrances were my favorite part because Drew came out as the Doomslayer. Because and I love that.
Ready for the next one, by the way.
Oh yeah, Dark Ages. I'm pre-ordering that shit. But like Drew coming out as the Doomslayer, as the demon killer, and then Damian coming out with the Slayer lead guitar player, the wings, the fire. I was like, okay, so it's literally a demon versus a demon slayer.
Let's go.
And these guys went for it. El Campeon right there.
I mean, you got two big hoss dudes going at it, like, but not. I mean, big and strong, but can do some stuff in the ring.
Both guys are really good,
and they were going through tables and all. I think the match could have gone either way. I like matches where I don't want to know who's going to win. I don't want to predict it.
Oh yeah.
It was nice to see Drew get the W though.
Agreed.
Also getting his selfie in the boarded.
Bro, Drew, the player hater of the year. That is my favorite gimmick right now. It's just this man being petty.
Also, the size of these guys going through, like Damien, that top rope into the table spot.
Yeah.
Damien is just...
They're both massive in the fact that they can do this
so much
stuff.
trust in Damian Priest, and it's deserving. Like, the match with him and Bad Bunny that they pulled off, he did such a good job. Like, that's why I'm pretty much like, he can do whatever as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Same.
Yeah.
Same.
So, good, fine, hoss, brutal match. Fatal 4-way. Dominique, Penta, Finn Balor.
Called it.
Braun Breaker. Fantastic.
Oh my God, they killed Carlito. You bastards.
He broke that too. That spear was just all amazing. But people were cheering for Dom. Dom was getting a cheer.
Listen, I think just because
this
it's
crowd
Mania,
was pro Dom.
I think just because it's Mania, we knew he has to win. Because, you know, that's the story. He's pushing Finn out of his own group. You can see it.
Slimy little bastard.
But I knew it. I knew this man was going to... As soon as they said it's a 4-way, I was like, he going to pin Finn for the belt.
I love the frog splash off camera. Bam, just hits him. And I was just... it's happening.
Yep. But I think the best part about Dominic is the fact that so many people are like... in on the bit.
Yeah.
We know that Dom as a person is a good dude.
That boy was raised by Rey Mysterio. He is a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He appreciates the fans, but I want all the nice things for him. I want him to have a good career, good life. But the second that man steps foot onto my camera, I hope his socks are wet. I hope he steps on a Lego. I hope both sides of his pillow are hot.
You talk about a guy just like absorbed
How
the
do you
heat.
turn heel while already a heel?
Dominic Mysterio is doing some great work.
Oh.
But you know what?
Not bad for everyone thinking it was a Nepo hire.
I know, right? I mean, I may have been in that camp at first, but when he got out of his dad's shadow, you start to think about it. This guy has grown up around wrestling his whole life.
He gets
was
it.
Dom on a pole. He has sat under the tree of so many legendary luchadors who probably just were coming by the house.
Yep.
So when you think about just even absorbing a fraction of that, that's why this man is doing a good job.
Oh yeah.
So I'd love to actually, like, I hated that people were cheering for him, but I was also like, hell, I kind of want to cheer too.
I'm happy that he won. I'm happy that he had this moment. I can't wait till Braun kills him and takes the belt.
Well, who's it going to be? Because people love a chase.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Penta.
I think Penta's going to go after him.
I don't think Braun is going to be in the chase.
Braun's busy right now.
Yeah. But definitely people chasing Dom for the belt. And him just weaseling his way out.
Him just running I can hear the sound effect now. Every title defense. As he runs away with the belt.
Zoidberg or Curly. Pick your so we're set for a long program with him with the belt. I actually give me a year. I want him to brag about how long he hasn't been beaten.
It makes me upset that Eddie's not with us because Dominic Guerrero would be the biggest heel in professional wrestling.
I hate to think about the greatness that we are missing.
That would be amazing. Like, he's doing great now.
Yes.
He's living up to his father's reputation.
Of course.
Which pisses my girlfriend off every single time I say it.
You know Ray is proud of his...
He looks just like his dad. She's like, stop that.
Besides all the TV stuff, you know Ray is proud of his boy.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah. Absolutely.
So, good win. Randy Orton coming out for a special match with an unknown opponent. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I didn't see it coming.
I thought it was going to be Rusev. I thought it was going to be Rusev.
Aleister Black.
I think he's showing up tomorrow night.
I think him coming out was a perfect kind of, between all of this, just a good feel-good
What world
moment.
do we live in that the TNA heavyweight champion was at WrestleMania with the belt? What is going on in this world?
I mean, we got Mickie James did it. We got
Jordan Grace did it.
do it. So this is only going to help TNA.
Yeah.
Look, more wrestling works out for all of us.
Yeah.
We all need more wrestling in our lives. So this was good. I mean, it was kind of we knew it was going to win.
We kind of knew.
But we got the moment.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it was good.
And now that I can get back to it, I've been a fan of Joe Hendry since local hero Joe Hendry
really?
at What Culture Wrestling.
Yes. So we both watch What Culture Wrestling. Okay.
So I've been a fan of Joe, and then like he starts doing this new gimmick, and then he gets the new music, and I was like, good for him. And now look at him.
And I was waiting for it because, you know, when it hits, you're waiting for the crowd. I believe, but they hit it, and I was like, yes, we got it. It's that first I believe in Joe Hendry. So foregone conclusion, but still just a good WrestleMania moment.
Oh, yeah.
As Randy Orton put it.
And because I have to admit it, Cody, who played the Blue Ranger for our Renegade Ranger games, he's one of my best friends. I
thought we were jumping ahead on the call.
No. He's one of like Kirbside's like unsung heroes because he's helped me with a lot of my interviews. He's always the one behind the camera at cons for me. He called this like a week and a half ago.
Really?
I was like, yeah, Randy Orton's got a mystery opponent. He goes, I think it's going to be Joe Hendry. And I was like,
okay.
That's a bold choice, but okay.
Nah, he might have known something. So.
But here we are. Man called it. I have to give him his credit.
I'm going to do us both a favor. Logan Paul and AJ Styles is a match that happened.
It was a good match. It's not a great match. I hope Logan Paul himself steps on a Lego. I hope that both his sides of the pillar are hot. I hope Jake Paul's hot pockets are always cold.
And I hate it because I
can't stand either of them.
I love AJ.
Oh yeah, AJ's one of the greatest.
I know.
When the Undertaker
I feel like I'm
says
disrespecting him, you know.
When the Undertaker says you're the closest thing to Shawn Michaels he's ever seen, you're one of the greatest.
I remember watching AJ on the last episode of WCW Nitro.
I was not there for that Nitro, but I remember the Prince of Phenomenal.
Yeah.
AJ Styles.
His New Japan run, loved it. So he did a good match with Logan Paul, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And Logan won.
AJ looked like a star because he can carry because he could carry a broom to a best 2 out of 3 falls.
Best. So it happened. All right. So then we got this weird match of the night with Lyra Valkyria, Becky Lynch, and Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Why did we need to do the whole Bayley thing?
I don't know.
Because I feel like Bayley got robbed out of the
I'm
WrestleMania.
glad that Becky had this cool comeback at Mania moment.
And we had Morgan put her away. And she left after the Morgan match. It made sense.
But why do we have to sacrifice Bayley for it if she's not actually injured?
This is a weird move.
Maybe. This is a pure speculation, okay? Maybe we're leaning towards Bayley chasing Becky.
Okay.
You stole my moment, so now I'm going to get mine.
All right. I can see that.
Maybe.
But it was a good match.
Yeah.
It was a good match. Liv Morgan is a fantastic
absolutely.
worker.
She can bump and sell better than just about any wrestler in the company.
I seem to think Raquel Rodriguez has actually more experience on her. I think. Indie work and everything, but Liv just really... I might be wrong on that.
I'll
have to look at that later.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we're going to do some research and figure this out.
Liv Morgan actually really helps elevate her, though.
Oh, yeah.
But good match. We had a feel-good moment at WrestleMania with Becky Lynch holding up the belt. Maybe going to be Becky 2 belts at one point, but we got Lyra 2 belts.
I mean, Lyra's halfway to a Triple Crown. She's got women's tag and an Intercontinental. She needs one more.
I did like her wings.
Yeah.
I love Liv Morgan's reaction of dropping the belt when Becky Lynch
She's like, oops.
Yeah.
I done goofed.
Also, what was her name? Zoe Stark commenting on her outfit, which I thought her outfit was fine. Thank you very much. The sun is still out.
Right.
Cheeks out, everything. All right. Stone Cold almost killed a fan at ringside.
All right, hold on.
That girl's got a lawsuit. I'm sorry.
She's gonna have tickets to Mania but like someone should get her a contract. But boy, can she sell? Because she flopped like LeBron.
Nick Khan came over like, we got a problem.
Yeah.
Like when I saw, I was like, who's that? Oh, that's Nick Khan.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a problem. I really wish he hadn't done that though, because it kind of took away from, because that started into the main event.
Well, maybe if they stopped stroking their egos with these whole, oh, we're sold out, but then we also had more people the next night and still sold out.
Let's see, is that the same building? Anyway. All right. Well, let's go. Last match, main event.
The main event.
John Cena faces Cody Rhodes. I love Cena just coming out, black screen, white letters.
Yep.
This is all y'all are getting.
Yep.
Really putting him into that chase category as well, because before he got, took the crossroads twice.
Yep.
Was kind of starting to look like a chump.
Yeah.
Cody coming out with the bikers and everything, and the Iron Man,
the Nitro Circus, the Iron Man mask.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Clean.
That was pretty cool. And look, John Cena was still in the story in that match. Mm-hmm. You were getting what you paid for.
Yep.
You say I only do the bare minimum. I'm about to only do the bare minimum.
You want to see 5 moves to do them? Here's your 5 moves.
And he pulled that off. I like heel John Cena. I really do.
I think this is one of his best runs.
But
okay. So here's the issue. Here's my issue with this match.
Go ahead.
Everyone expected John Cena versus AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble because we both know that him and Cody could have that match. And the fact that we didn't get this 6.5 star in the Tokyo Dome, barn burner, just blow off match to end this feud, I think that's what went wrong. I think that's where the problem goes.
You know what got me was, look, I didn't like Travis Scott coming out, but
I still don't.
I don't like when we dislike something because of what we expected to happen. Everybody wanted The Rock to come out, which it was weird that we never got him anymore in the storyline. But just because, is it fair that just because we expect it and they don't do it, that's something that maybe it wasn't on the cards to do. Is it fair for us to criticize it just because we expect it?
I think only because there was the potential for it to be this, classic one-on-one champion versus legend match that we'll say we're allowed to feel disappointed. Like, nowhere in the world did they say The Rock was going to come out.
Nope.
So you shouldn't be mad that The Rock didn't come out.
Exactly.
But we know Cody can have a great match. We know Cena can have a great match.
Oh, yeah.
Why wasn't it a great match? Now, maybe the story is because John Cena is slowly ruining wrestling. So maybe that was the point. But I felt like maybe the finish, for me, the match itself was fine, but like that finish just felt so weird.
Like
it just not even an out of nowhere moment. It was just like, oh, that's the finish of John Cena's last WrestleMania match. That's the finish. And okay.
I wanted Cena to go over.
Yeah.
I did want him to beat Ric Flair's record.
Yeah.
But that's how we're going to do it? Okay. Ultimately, I think you have... Well, we talked about Io Sky's match being one of the best on the card, and then we got this to end the show.
Yeah.
We started hot.
On fire.
And then we ended with, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Does anybody, well, look at Travis Scott. Does anybody really like care? Look at him, man.
I don't know. I popped when he took that Crossroads.
Oh yeah, when he got Crossroad, I'll tell you. But like, are we seeing him as a credible threat? Come on now.
No. I mean, we have Dennis Rodman at home. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
You know, at least he wasn't smoking a joint when he came down to
Right.
the ring this time. But yeah, that was the night of WrestleMania, and sadly, the best match of the not sadly, the best night of the match of the night was the triple threat
ladies
starting off, and that bar was set, and it was hard to get to after that.
Yep.
But I mean, I still liked it. It's just such a hard bar with last year's WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Man, why couldn't we get The Rock? Why couldn't we get? We can't be mad over something that just because we wanted it and we didn't get it, that doesn't make it like we're not allowed. We can't criticize just because we wanted something and we didn't get it. You know, I want a lot of things. I don't always get them. I'd be a spoiled brat. So, but yeah, that was WrestleMania 41. Probably the only times we've been able to talk wrestling on this show. So I appreciate Jay coming by for that.
Of course.
All right. I did have a couple other topics.
Yeah.
Let's talk about one very quickly. The Oscars.
Yes. The Academy Awards.
The Academy Awards, this prestigious little gold man everybody wants to hold and everything. Over the years have received a fair amount of criticism for...
Very fair amount of criticism.
Maybe the right people not winning the awards.
Yeah.
And we got a shocking announcement. Well, two, actually. One that was just kind of thrown in there. That now, if you were going to vote on a movie, whether or not it was going to win an Academy Award, you have to actually watch it. To which I go, excuse me, what?
Question. Oh, isn't that a prereq for voting?
And I'm like, well,
how do you vote on a movie if you haven't seen it?
Look, I've said in the past that the Twilight movies are terrible, but I base it off of a very vicious opinion I have. I've never actually watched one of them.
I can tell you, Twilight's the most boring movie I've ever seen because I've seen it and I was bored the entire time.
But to the people that are making movies right now that maybe got or did not get a nomination or win an award, how does that make everybody feel? Like to think potentially this dirtbag didn't even watch my movie.
Yeah. Like it calls in, which I don't want to take away from anyone that's won an Oscar because I know plenty of people that are like,
there are plenty of deserving winners out there.
Of course you deserve this one. But like, there's so many movies where it's like, why didn't this one win?
You really got to go. You're going back on it now.
And then it's like, did they even see it?
Because now
did you even watch the movie?
I mean, we've literally said that question on a couple of them. Did you actually watch the movie? Well, now maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
So I'm not sure where that rule came from.
I thought that was rule one. If you're gonna vote for the best Oscar,
at least have some skin in the game on it. So, but they did announce that now AI generated films would be eligible for awards.
No one tell me exactly.
Now, Adrian Brody's movie that he did, they used AI to enhance his Hungarian accent. Was like the first time they did it. I'd find myself not so much against something like that. If you're using AI to enhance something that is already there, I'm okay with that. We're in the movie making business. We want to wow people. We want to create a world that people can live in visually and audio. Yeah. So I'm okay with on that. But fully generated?
I have so many artist friends. Some of them in like animation design. Like they're trying to get jobs in animation. They're building their portfolios, trying to get, recognition so they can get a job making movies, TV shows, whatever. Video games. It makes me mad. It legitimately makes me angry that, to steal a South Park reference, robots are taking their jobs. Took your jobs! It's because I know I've used like an AI generator before to get like a piece of art. And now I'm like, oh, cool, look at what the AI did. But I'm never going to put that on, we'll just use the example since I'm wearing it. I'm not going to use AI art for Kirbside. I'm going to find someone that's going to draw up an art, a really good character design based off of whoever I'm playing. And I'm going to use that person's art. And I'm going to support them trying to make a living.
I think it really cheapens, because the art of movie making, from the music, the script, the actors, the director, the effects, this is art.
Yeah.
It has soul. It has agency. Yeah. Someone did that to create it. And if you're just typing it in, I'm sorry, that does not work for me.
I agree. That's why so many movies right now, so many blockbusters are just so generic and so middle of the road, because it just feels like, it just feels like they typed in a script in ChatGPT and here's your Christmas movie. You know, here's your Netflix film. It's
just going to follow a formula. It's already established. And look, I think the day an AI-generated movie wins actually is nominated for anything, I expect everybody to walk out of the Oscars.
As they should.
Because
didn't we just go through this like a year and a half ago of a bunch of people saying, hey, we want to be paid fair wages for our work, and then companies going, no, we'll just let a computer do it. I don't like it.
It's going to take away that art.
Yeah.
And it's just going to become soulless and systematic until finally the system breaks, because they're just regurgitating the same stuff that they've always done.
Fully agree.
Look at what Ryan Coogler did with Sinners here recently.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Are you going to tell me that a computer can do better than that?
Oh my God.
From top to bottom.
I just saw Sinners Tuesday night.
From top to bottom.
So goddamn good.
Everything with that movie.
The music, the design, the acting.
Just
wow. Oh my gosh.
You're telling me that somebody's going to type something in and get that same experience? Absolutely
not. The practical effects used in that movie.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, go see Sinners.
Go.
I cannot stress this enough. Go see it. It's so good.
This one's going to change the business. Love Ryan Coogler. Please, keep doing everything he's doing. This man is a gift. But all of that took everybody putting their heart, and you're going to tell me a computer and somebody going, is going to do better than that? Absolutely not. Sinners has changed the game. So, yeah, I do not agree with this. I really hope that I hope that somebody, but somebody's going to do it. I would think that somebody has the stones to say, I'm not going to put this AI-generated crap that I put up against these movies. Please take my movie down. Don't put it up against what actual people worked on. It is truly. Now look, I know actors like James Earl Jones has licensed his voice out to Star Wars post his death to be used for the character Darth Vader. And I'm okay with that, because you know why? That man said he had a choice in it.
Yeah.
He is an iconic voice, and he was able to have the final word. Yes, you can use this. That is fine with me.
I'll give you a good example of one example of AI that I support. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Okay.
The Harold Ramis cameo. Spoilers for a movie that's like 5 years old.
No, it isn't.
The Harold Ramis cameo. At the end, when it's all four of them and his ghost. Such a good moment. But I'm fairly certain that they got Harold's family to say, yeah, no, please put him in this movie, considering the son of the original director is the person who made the new movie. So using that to bring back someone to give closure to the fans, I'm here for it.
And I'm not against that. They use that to accentuate a scene.
Yes.
To add something to it, while still having people actively got their hands in needing that dough.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. As an assistant, yes, that's fine. Automate some processes. I'm okay with stuff like that.
Yeah.
But complete? Nope. No way. Absolutely not. I'm not for
not
it.
here for it.
And granted, I've seen a couple things on YouTube that I'm just like, I don't like this.
Nope.
So, good luck, Oscars, and thank you for actually watching movies this time around. Last one I wanted to cover.
Yes.
Did you ever go to Toys R Us?
Of course I did. All the time.
Don't you miss Toys R Us, man?
I do. I really do.
Well, I know we've been keeping, hey, Toys R Us is coming back this year. We're coming back this year. I'm waiting. There might be a way for this to happen. Because I ran across this story the other day. Toys R Us and Story Kitchen are developing a live action movie about Toys R Us. I'm going to be honest with you here.
Yeah, please.
I don't know if this is going to be fiction or a documentary or I don't care. If you put Toys R Us on the screen and let people know that it existed, we might actually get us some Toys R Us back in the States.
Toys R Us back.
I know that Bain chopped up everything with the company, and the original, the New Jersey company was able to buy the rights to the name. But I didn't see this coming. A Toys R Us movie.
Are we about to get the rise and fall of Toys R Us as an Oscar bait?
I'd love to see that, honestly.
I'm here for it.
I think it's so. From Story Kitchen, Toys R Us is a cultural touchstone that continues impacting the child in all of us today. As 80s kids who consider Toys R Us one of the most magical places on earth, We're honored to partner to create a film that will capture the spirit of adventure, creativity, and nostalgia that Toys R Us represents. So yeah, we're in early development for this. And man, when you went to Toys R Us as a kid, because Toys R Us wasn't like in the mall where your parents went, you had to go to Toys R Us.
Yep.
You had to cut a deal to get into Toys R Us with aisles and aisles of just stuff. Go in there, play some video games at those stations they had, walk out with some figures. You got all the Barbie doll stuff back there. You got the action figures. Man, the Lego aisle. Everybody had their own aisle.
The video game aisle, it looked like bulletproof glass all the way down with every console you could think of.
But that was an experience for us.
Yeah.
And it's missing out on it. My daughter has never known the magic of walking into a Toys R Us store. Yes, my son does, but that was truly an experience for us. One that could translate to the screen very well.
So for me, it's the dumbest thing, but I remember this vividly. I always thought the Toys R Us in my hometown that my parents took me to, I thought it transformed because the only way to get to it from the main highway is to go through the back of the entrance. So I just see this building with multicolored
the little
pipes.
The vertical,
and then you drive around the building and come around and there's the entrance. So my child brain at 5 years old thought as you drove around the building it opened. That's what I thought. So I always felt like Toys R Us transformed into this thing. And it was always such a cool
I don't think y'all really understand where we're going with this. If you were out there and you have walked into Toys R Us, you know exactly what we're talking about. That walking down that long hallway past the carts, get around.
Yep.
I'm talking the old Toys R Us.
Oh yeah,
the
new way you walk around. You got to walk past the baby section to get to the actual toys. You
had the stuff they were putting on sale right up front. I never thought I would see a Toys R Us movie, but I'm telling you right now, I am going to watch this movie.
I got to see the trailer.
This is going to have that magic of Tom Hanks and his Mr. Rogers movie, I think. Because
I'd see it. Yeah.
There are people in our age group that are going to be like, I want to experience Toys R Us again. I don't know what they're doing with this, but I'm here for it.
I want to see.
Didn't see this
I gotta
coming.
know.
Not on my bingo card.
Definitely not on mine. You sent me the message about this beforehand, and I was like, what do you mean a Toys R Us movie? What are you talking about?
Now, Story Kitchen has done things like adapted other movies. Sonic the Hedgehog, Tomb Raider. They've been doing a lot of stuff with Netflix and Amazon. They're also working on Just Cause right now, too.
Okay.
And Streets of Rage from Lionsgate, by the way. So they're getting into that nostalgia market.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if it's the people who made Sonic, First of all, we need to bully them more because that worked out last time.
It did.
But I mean, look what they've done with those 3 movies and the Knuckles special on Paramount.
Oh yeah,
on Paramount.
Yeah, they made it work.
So good. Those movies have been so good. Sonic, the movie Sonic 3 is just Sonic 2, the video game.
I mean,
And it's so beautiful.
What more do we need? Give it to him.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Like people, Jim Carrey carried that. No, everybody did well in that. Even Cyclops. No, just kidding.
Hey, my boy's back. My boy is back.
He truly, that's why I mentioned him. Also, his wife's super hot in the movie. But I forget that actress. They need her to play Storm.
I'm here for this.
I'm here for But a Toys R Us movie,
Toys
it's an
R Us movie.
early development, but I am on the edge of my seat for it.
I'm interested. I need more info.
I don't know where you're going, but I'm all ears. You go ahead, tell me more.
Right.
Tell me more. I please don't let this one go to the wayside. I want to see what they're going to do with this, because if this comes out and people start, yeah, I do miss Toys R Us, I might get a store again. We were blessed at one time,
Right?
In Dallas, we had 6, 7 Toys R Us's we could go to, and then now we have none. They turned into Specs, which I still going to do to get alcohol. But so yeah, or Ollie's, which is kind of weird. So yeah, Toys R Us coming to the big screen. Hopefully, gonna be coming back to our streets soon. I think it could help get the ball rolling.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
But anyway, man, that's all I was covering. Do you have anything you want to talk about here tonight?
So I talked about all the things that we're dropping. So we've got Lord of the Rings. The official title of our stream is Lord of the Rings: Prince of Shadows. It is every Friday night on our platform.
I want you to tell them everywhere that they can find you. I'm going to put.
We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are also on Instagram and TikTok. I found a way to live stream to all of those. So if you follow us on any of our social medias, you can find us there.
And I have all of his links. Please check the description below.
Yes.
Everything is there. Click, give likes, give follows, and go watch what they do.
Yes, thank you. We've got more interviews coming this summer. I've got 2 new interviews that just dropped this past month with some independent comic book creators.
Nice.
Always here to support local indies. And I am doing, me personally, I'm also doing commentary for Advanced Pro Wrestling in Cleburne, Texas.
Oh.
Yes, I am on their commentary team, and they have a show this Saturday, April 26th in Cleburne.
Support independent wrestling.
Support independent wrestling, please.
You never know. Somebody in independent might end up on the big stage one day. Truly support independent wrestling.
But I'm working APW. We are in talks trying to get our feet and get our toes in the door at more conventions. Confirmed this week. As of yesterday, we will be at FateCon. And we,
Nice.
yes.
Support our friends over at FateCon.
Last year, we just attended as fans and got to play in one of the one-shots. This year, we actually have a panel.
Nice.
Time is still TBD.
Yeah, we've got time. It's in September.
like the date and time for our panel is TBD, but we are confirmed to have a panel. We're gonna do like a DM roundtable with some of our friends at Kirbside. But yeah, Lord of the Rings: Prince of Shadows just dropped. We are building a Spelljammer campaign for this summer, so keep an eye out for that. We have not officially announced the release date, but Ringside with Kirbside is our wrestling show that's coming out soon. And I am always trying to get more interviews for Kirbside itself. We've gotten to interview, like I said, multiple Power Rangers, Bruce Elliott. We've gotten to interview Stephanie Dodalny, who is the voice of Kid Gohan, Kid/Teen Gohan, and Kid Goku. We've gotten to interview Rock Lee. We've gotten to interview Hero, the voice actor from Wing Gundam.
Oh yeah.
So
Yui.
Yes.
Cora would have popped for that.
So we have a bunch of interviews that we have out already. It's on our YouTube. We're trying to get more stuff on our Spotify. Please be patient with me. There's a lot of episodes of Dice Hard. I'm sorry. But everything is on our YouTube channel. So go check that out.
Please support our friends. If we brought them over here, we want you to always go and check out the stuff they're doing because we enjoy having all of our people that work in this industry come over.
You.
Thanks for coming over on the night that I had no one on the show with me tonight.
Hey, it was a blast.
You saved the show tonight.
Yeah.
And it made Ben not have to waste a visit. Anyway, check out us, supercoolnerdshow.com for any. I got some big reviews coming this weekend. Hopefully a brand new HasLab will be being delivered to my door, the new Omega Prime. I plan to do the reviews that everyone likes where I'm sitting in front of the camera. We're going to do those from now on. Everyone likes that better than my other way I do it. So some big reviews coming up. There is no D&D this weekend. Most of our cast is doing stuff, but we'll be returning to some D&D podcasts probably the week after next. But next week we hope to have everybody back on the show. You can follow me at Jason the X on all the socials, and of course follow SCNS Live on TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, all those platforms. Once again, thanks for coming by, man. We got to do this again sometime.
Absolutely.
You got to come by and have a show with everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I'd be depriving them of you not.
Thank you.
So yeah, thanks for coming in, man. Go check that out. Thank you, Ben, for coming over and working on sound for me again. There's a fist like really close to my face. That's it for us, guys. We will see you next week. And as I always say around here, keep on nerding. I got to find the outro button. There it is.